Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you.
This is the greatest show.
We light it up, we won't come down.
The sun can't stop us now.
Watching it come true, it's taking over you.
This is the greatest show.
Closer we come, these renegades in the rain. Where the lost get found, I'm a crown and we'll sing those kings. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding up, shining anything that you know. Just surrender, cause you're coming and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you.
This is the greatest show.
We light it up, we won't come down.
The sun can't stop us now.
Watching it come true, it's taking over you. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be.
It's covered in all the colored lights. The runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you.
This is the greatest show.
We won't come down.
And the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. It's everything you want right in front of you. And you see the impossible's coming true. And the walls can't stop us now. Oh, this is the greatest show. Oh, this is the greatest show. Oh, this is the greatest show. Oh, this is the greatest show.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and how are we all this evening? As you may notice, we have no Valerie this evening. I don't know whether it was the Liverpool score but hey ho. No, Valerie's not feeling very well this evening and she's in bed feeling ill. The opening tune there this evening was the band the Royal Marines, playing The Greatest Show. And as you notice, I'm not alone tonight. We have got on the March videos Elaine and Neil. There we go. We put them big. They will be big for the rest of the night now, because that's the last you need to see my mug up close. Good evening, Neil. Good evening, Elaine.
Hello, band fans. Hope you are all well and safe, and I hope you will do a big favour and send Valerie a get well message. I'm sure she'll be catching up on the show later, and I'm sure she'll tune in somewhere along the night. So please don't forget, send Valerie a get well message and let her know that you are all missing her. So it's Elaine and I who are going to take the chair tonight, and hope you enjoy our picks, as we have sorted out a real mixed bag of new and old bands from Scotland, Scotland, England, Canada, Ireland, and of course a few local bands as well, and a few videos stretching back as far as 1990. So we're going to say hello first to a few people who have already commented on tonight's show.
We have our Muskehounds of Stephen, Eddie, and of course China, Glenn Miller, Holly Lucas, Robert Morrison, Billy from Clock Farm Young Conkers, Bobby Spence, he was looking for Party Ardoin, Adam Livingston with Kenny Dummigan, Joan Kerr. Joan, you were looking for something west of the band. Keep watching. I think Neil might have one on his list. Hi to Joshua Morris, William Fenton, Ronnie Heyman up in Portrush. Ronnie, you don't know how much we're longing to get back up to Portrush.
You're right.
Tommy Lloyd over in Liverpool, Margaret in Londonderry, Kenny McClintock, John Hewitt, William Scott, Reggie Cullen, Alan Finlay, just to name a few.
Yes, keep the messages coming in. We love reading them. As Valerie said earlier on the forum, you know, reading through all the different texts and
Yeah, someone just said we hate Man United, so just thought I'd show them a good badge.
Dave is the
can you hear us now?
Is that better now? Do we have sound from Neil?
Can you hear us all now?
in Spain.
Oh dear.
Technical difficulties. Colin Johnson.
Can you still not hear sounds
Can we hear you
working?
now?
Sounds working. Yep, back. That's it. You're back. You can hear you now.
Back now. Did you hear anything was said? Hello and welcome to the show. I don't know if you've heard any of what I said. Valerie's not with us here tonight, and I hope you all send her a wee message and tell her to get well very soon. Our first band on the night there was the Royal Marines, and there's a fantastic performance there from the Greatest Showman. It's my picks tonight, and our first band up is from the Ards Peninsula. It's Newton Ards Praslin Boys. If you like a bit of bingo, join in on their Facebook page where they play Soon Bingo every week, and there's good prices on there too. So anyway, you can catch up on it. So Newton Ards Praslin Boys. Okay. Okay. We have
Sorry for the
few
technical
calls
issues.
here. Mary from John Topple, Dave, he's in the Costa Blanca, Mick out of Blackburn, West Lothian. We'll keep on watching with a few Scottish bands on later on. We're having a few difficulties here with the sound, it keeps dropping out on us. The first band up there was New North Pleasant Boys, and that was taken at Pride of Ballybeans Parade last year. And the weather, as you can see, was very, very nice, not like the weather we're getting at the minute. But tonight's picks were all made up last week, over the weekend. I had chosen them all, and they were all submitted in. So thank you for all your requests, and we'll make a note. And don't forget that on the first weekend every month, which is only in a fortnight's time, we have a request night again. And if you look out for the wee message on the Facebook, you will be able to request your own band or your favourite band. Coming up next, from the Rome TV channel, O&B TV Part 4, we'll have Believe Flute Band. This is a wee clip taken back a few years ago when they were practicing for to make a CD. And this wee tune is called Glenmore. Hi, I'm sure you're like me. When you watch these old videos and you see all the different uniforms go back over the years, it's great to see and catch up with memories of different parades from different times. I just love looking through the old uniforms and the old photos. So a few more hellos here.
We have Billy, who is out in Belize. Hi, Billy. Hope you're keeping well. Stephen up in Londonderry, Wendy over in Manchester, Jackie Mullen, Brian Goody, Alistair is in Edinburgh. So lots of Scottish people watching. So you'd said there was some Scottish bands on later.
But
Dougie and Eddie Fellows. Also, Stephen Freely and Eddie Turney both say that seeing as Valery's not here, you need to put your bands on and do what the public want. I think they're trying to put you under some pressure. I tried through the week, boys. Believe me, I did.
we have had great fun all week reading the text on the forum, reading all the
Elaine,
comments
Elaine.
from Steve and Ellie.
That's not the way I heard it. I heard that Neil wanted to play the three last night, and it was you putting your foot down and you saying, "No, you're not playing them. No, you're not playing them. No, you're not
Definitely
playing them."
not.
It's the women, they're so controlling. You know, they're always taking over. So they are. It definitely is. It's the women. So it is. We'll blame them anyway.
Stephen knows I like Miller Memorial.
No, there's very few bands out there. If I had my chance, I wouldn't play. I would play them all if I got the chance. But unfortunately, we're limited to time. And the boys were all on 2 weeks ago. So this time it's somebody else's turn. When I made up this list this week, I tried to pick a lot of bands that you don't often see, but it all depends on whereabouts in the country you're from, because you might see these bands more than some of us. But here in Newton Abbey, there's a lot of these bands that I put on that we wouldn't see very often. So it's a real mix of new and old, near and far. And talking about far, the next band is an oldie, and it's from Canada. It's Crown Defenders, and it was filmed way back in 1990. So I think this band must have been over in Northern Ireland for the Tricentenary page. And I was looking through Facebook today for a Crown Defenders band from Canada. And it's Cambridge Crown Defenders, and they're from Ontario. And it looks like they've been going for quite a while. So they've recorded a bit of history. And if you look them up, they've had some great videos and great footage of them walking in Canada, in Toronto and Ontario. So they have on their Facebook page.
Is that not your man Kernigan that runs that band?
I'm not sure now. I wouldn't know his name. But this week clip was taken by John, who a lot of people would know on the different bands forums as Ulster Boy. John was videoing bands before a lot of us were even taking photographs. So the next band up is all the way from Canada, and it's Crown Defenders. considering the age of the video, there's good quality on the picture, so there is. And the wee band's playing pretty well too. Looks like they're all enjoying themselves, or somebody cheering in the background. They're enjoying it anyway, so they are. So good to see bands like that there from years ago, and they're still on the go. If you look up on their Facebook page, a few more hellos.
Glenn Miller wants to know, is China Free Jet from Facebook jail? I don't think he is. I think he's still in lockdown. Helen Thompson out in Limavady. Hello to Valerie's mum, Muriel. Hi, Muriel.
Hi, Muriel.
And Joy Cullen as well. And when the sound was going up and down, Eddie Tony said if we played Ballyhalbert, that would be a good judge of whether it would sound or not. So unfortunately, we missed out on that idea.
Well, we'll maybe get them in the next time the sound goes in. So
I have a wee shout out as well, but this came from Valerie earlier on today, so I don't actually know who it's from. But it goes, girl I work with, son has special needs and is a band man. He watches the show every Saturday night without fail. His mum asked me to contact you to see if you could give a wee shout out to him. It would make his day. And that's Matthew McConville even, get the teeth out right, from Moy, and he's 22. So hi Matthew, and I hope you're having a good night and keep watching.
Keep watching the show. Good to see you, and thank you for watching. Any more hellos?
And Matthew, I do apologise. It wasn't Valerie that gave you the shout out, but here's better. You've three people giving you the shout out.
We'll get Valerie to do it the next time as well. So we'll keep on going. So
Eddie Fellows is watching. So is William Smith. Andy, John Frederick from Rathcoole.
Hi John.
We all. Let me see who else.
Hi,
There's
Tom as well.
Caesar Kenny is on. Ronnie Heyman. Lots of people are commenting who we've already said hello to.
And also there's a wee message there from Stephen. Matthew, the Muskehounds give you a big shout out too. So that's from Stephen, John, and from Eddie as well.
Very good.
So maybe they can put together a wee number for him one of these days. So they do. But keep the messages coming in, and what we'll do for all you that's in bands or were in bands or have been in bands before, if you've ever seen the Band Fan TV, I would normally do a 5-question interview with a bandsman. And the last time we were on, we set a question for those that were in bands. So we've had a thought, and we're going to ask you another one. So tonight's question is,
where is your favourite parade?
Where's your favourite parade? Let us know in the comments, and we'll read them out later. We'll take a wee note of them and we'll read them back to you. But where was your favourite parade? Either your first parade, maybe the biggest parade you were ever at, or just maybe even the last parade you were at. But where was your favourite parade? And that doesn't mean every year or the biggest one of all time. Just let us know in the question and the comments below, and we'll get some of them read out. So we are. The next band up is an accordion band. It's an English band too from Liverpool. Johnson's True Blues accordion. I've never heard of them before. And it was a friend of mine, Richard, mostly all known as Relentless 03. Richard was over in Southport for the English 12th back in 2015. And he took this video. It was during the break on the 12th day in England. And Johnson True Blues were entertaining what people were there for a bit of lunch. So the next band's up, Johnson True Blues from Liverpool. The wee lad on the bass drum there is just brilliant, but he doesn't seem to be enjoying himself too much.
Thankfully, the xylophone was there so we could hear what the tune was.
Yeah, it was a wee bit hard to hear the accordions with the camera right in front of the drums.
As
We
Auntie,
got some
as
banging
Auntie Val would,
answers.
as Auntie Val would say, you need to record from the right hand side of the accordion to get the noise.
Yes,
The sound, not the noise.
the sound, the tune.
Accordions just make noise.
I get some brilliant answers here on the question, your favourite parade.
I actually don't think we have the same parade twice yet. Jackie Mullen loves Pride of the Mains. There was East Belfast on the 1st of July. Alan Brown, which I thought was fantastic. Hi, Alan. And Shirley. He says he loves the parade that's at the River Boyne, which is one that's really different. Derek Williams, he likes Tyrone Ditches. His highlight is the Tombola. Muriel Quinn loves Londonderry on the 12th of August. Newton Ards, the Covenant Parade, Stephen says, was absolutely lethal. John Hewitt likes West Kilbride. Eddie Tornay, well, man after her own heart, the next one. Definitely, I think we're all going to love it. We also have Airdrie. Glenn Miller says that the Covenant Parade was an amazing day all round. Portadown on the 13th of July in the evening. Alan Weir likes Scarva. The 12th parade in Rossnowler. John Geddes likes the 12th in Belfast. The Apprentice Boys is Jim Graham. He likes there. Russell Sterling is Proud of the Bands. I think one of my favourite. I love the Covenant Parade. I also loved we went to London.
Yes.
When in 2012 as well, and walking through the streets of London was absolutely amazing.
Well,
the people came out of the shops, the hotels,
see,
were hanging out the windows to see the parade, and it always made me think I would love that at home.
well, with two of them parades coming
Yeah.
up later on, so we'll have
And
some brilliant
didn't
answers are
mention-
coming in. Keep them
didn't
coming as
mention
well.
mine.
So
Didn't mention mine.
yours, Roy.
That was the very first one.
Roy's was the first one.
Roy's was first one in. Sorry, Roy loves Portrush,
Yes.
and I would be with him on that there too. Absolutely brilliant atmosphere, fantastic crowds.
As long as it's dry.
So, but you know what? We like Portrush. Doesn't matter whether it's dry or not.
Some brilliant answers coming in there. Keep them coming as well. Today we should have had the first Shankill Psalms Association's parade, which is normally this day every year. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Lisa's video on her channel. She has gone back from 2012 to 2020 and done a clip of all the years put together. It's absolutely brilliant watch, so it is. So check out the Loyal Ulster Scots Band's Facebook page for that there video. It's very, very good. So it is. When I was checking through for some of the bands, and I said earlier that I was trying to pick bands that you don't see very often. A band that we would very rarely see is Macra Glass, if that's how you say it, and they're from outside Cookstown. Now, they don't even have their own Facebook page, and I couldn't find out very much details about them at all. But the next video up is them walking on the last Saturday in August in Cookstown from 2019. So this is Macra Glass. Hi, we're back. Too busy looking to see what the next band was. I wasn't prepared, I wasn't organised.
We also have people like there's quite a number now coming in who like Downstreet Parade in Badbridge. It
Good
always
crowds.
draws great crowds and big numbers of bands as well.
Yeah.
David Sheridan, he likes the Carrick Pageant. If you've never gone to the Carrick Pageant, it is a brilliant parade, really, really well organised, and it's getting bigger every year.
It is good turnout.
And you also seen King Billy. He comes in his boat
Lands at the harbour.
lands at the harbour, greets all the officers, and then gets on his horse and toddles through the streets.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
A few weeks ago, whenever yourselves were asked to host it, so the last time Neil picked and we were hosting it because Valerie was off, I remember a certain woman going, "I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to sit in the background and be quiet." It's fantastic to see how far you come out of your shell and out your comfort zone, and you are fully participating. It's fantastic to see.
You know that.
It's fantastic to see. That's all I can
She's
say.
taking over.
Oh dear. And now you put me off and I'm blushing. And also the Southport there for the Apprentice Boys. That's all I've got on my wee list now.
Trevor likes walking in Ronaldstown.
Oh yes, walking in Randallstown.
Ronaldstown always puts a good crowd, especially when it's their turn to host the 12th. Both Staffordstown District and Ronaldstown District walk in Ronaldstown always pull big crowds. It's not a favourite with the Orange Men because they have to climb the hill around Neilsborough, but it's always good for crowds, so it is.
And William, he likes the Tricentenary Parade that went through Belfast.
Yeah, well, it's going back a few years now to 1990, but
And-
what I remember of it was fantastic.
And hopefully, if we get restrictions lifted, we might have another parade leaving Stormont in September.
Well, it's been postponed, but hopefully in September we'll get it. We'll be able to mark the centenary in some way or another.
Do you know the way it was the Tercentenary in the 90s? Do you think Valerie was at the first one?
I actually have a video somewhere of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Val at the first one.
No, the Tricentenary one, not the first one.
It was a friend of ours who was King Billy and rode the horse through Belfast. So it was Brian Blair, a good Orange man, and he acted King Billy on the day, and he's a good friend of ours. Okay, who's up next? Next up is one of our favourites. Now, I have a wee confession to make here. It's a silver band, and it's Letterbreen Silver Band. Now, I didn't know where Letterbreen was, and I actually thought it was in Donegal. Now, it's not a million miles away from Donegal. It's in County Fermanagh, but I actually thought this was an Irish band. But the next band up is Letterbreen Silver, and it was recorded on, again, the last Saturday in August. But this time, I lost my notes. This time, it's just the last Saturday in August 2012. Sam just fading off into the background there. But I think that's the first time I've ever seen that band. I'm not sure if they do Ross Naylor, but if they have, I haven't noticed them before. A few more favourite parades.
Albert loved walking in Newton Arts in 2018. Chris Fletcher, Lisa's other half, his favourite Orange Parade is the 1st of July, and his favourite competition is Downshire. I think he normally tries to get the pole over the arch or the bridge or something. And his favourite parade ever has been the Covenant parade. John Geddes was Lord Carson in London. Jim liked the Covenant parade. We also had Joshua Morris. His first parade was in 2019, was in East Belfast, and then he walked in Glasgow the big walk. And also Scarva's becoming quite popular as well as Londonderry in August.
Scarva is always a great day. It pulls some crowds, so it does. It's always, and the weather's good. It's fantastic, so it is.
And just a wee prior notice, folks, we're going to try and do the birthdays around 9ish.
Okay.
Just to let ones out there know, we do have a few in from Messenger, and Valerie is sending across as well.
And I have a list here as well, Roy.
Mm-hmm. So, we have a list of birthdays, but if you know of any that we don't have, send us in during the next tune the list of birthdays, and we'll get them read out around 9 o'clock. So we will. And keep sending in your favourite parades. Last Saturday is quite popular. There were a lot of people too, and Downshire, and quite often it is the parades with has the bigger crowds that draws people's favourites. People like having an audience. You wouldn't think we're all shy, sure you wouldn't. Okay, next band up. This is going back again a few years. This is back to Blee TV or Orange and Blue TV, and I recommend you check out their YouTube channel for old videos. There's loads of old videos from Ballymena that don't include Blee, of course, but have just parades in Ballymena itself. But this wee clip is actually a Huckle Loyal Sons of William. It was recorded in 1990, and they've uploaded it onto their channel, and you'll see quite a few young faces in here. Let us know if any of these boys are still in the band. So next up is a Huckle. There's a Huckle looking quite young and pretty.
I'm sorry, when I hear that tune, all I can think about is, come on you Reds, just keep your bottle and use your heads for 90 minutes. We'll let them know it's Man United. Here we go. Number one song.
It's maybe been used by loads of different bands, but I don't even know what that tune's called, but I always quite enjoyed it, so I did. I have great memories of Huckle Loyal Sons of William when I was in the band, go back a few years now. Back to the late 80s and early 90s. The band I was in, White Abbey and a Huckle, were good friends. And every time there was a parade around Ballymena or around O'Huckle, we always went back to the bar in O'Huckle that night. And they used to have a disco that went on to about 2 in the morning before we ended up heading home. It was always good crack. So it was good to see old clips from 1990 again. A few more favourite parades.
Helen Joy, she likes Rusnarler and Scarva. Amanda Adamson, she likes Rathryland. She walked with the Guards Brigade in Rathryland, and the best parade is in Scarva. Rob likes Downshire and Banbridge. David Gibson, Londonderry. We also had Eddie Fellows, he likes the 12th in Liverpool. Denise Gordon said Cookstown Sons of William. She likes their parade. Jim Ramsey was Drumcree, and he's gone back quite a number of years. So he is, but he always enjoyed walking the church service to Drumcree. James likes Ballycale, and we also had Donamoney in Macrofelt. I think Donamoney is one of my favourites too. It's good parade.
For a lot of people, it's their hometown. They just like walking in their hometown, and but a lot of bands like the big crowds and the atmosphere. And talking about going back in time, I've picked this next band because it's been requested quite a few times, and I picked the next tune because of Valerie. The first time I was on, I had picked Ballymena Young Conquerors, and they played Soldier Soldier, and Valerie quite enjoyed it. So this time it's Ravenhill Temperance. Ravenhill Temperance were formed in East Belfast in 1902, and sadly they folded in 2010. But over those years they won many trophies, and this is Ravenhill Temperance playing Soldier Soldier. Well, it's not just beautiful. I mean, listening to that there, you can tell it's old, but it's timeless because you could just listen to that sort of thing all night. Well, I could anyway. I enjoy that sort of music. I'm waiting on you coming back there with something.
No, I was just going to say it's old and it's beautiful.
It is. It is.
When you think of the words of something else, sure it's old, but it's
Colours
beautiful.
they were fine.
Mhm.
Grant, he came back with his favourite parade has to be with Govan Protestant Boys when he paraded through Planet Hollywood Casino out in Las Vegas. I've seen the videos on YouTube
Yeah.
and that there, and it was very impressive now, and probably something that you would never forget.
They must be the best travel band in the world. I mean, I've seen them in Miami and Canada and a few other places as well. And Belfast City Hall.
Pity they didn't let us all know we could go there too to video them.
Well, you need to join the Rangers Supporters Club, as that's who they go with.
All right,
So
okay.
it is. But yeah, there's a few more birthdays have come in there. So let us know, and we'll do the birthdays around 9 o'clock. So we will. And keep letting us know what was your favourite parade. So next up is another part music band. This is another favourite of mine. I took this clip 2019 on the Apprentice Boys Day in Londonderry. It's Imperial Choir Drums. And if you check out their Facebook page, it is very busy. They've always got something on, always got music on, videos on, and they've got great CDs and stuff there for sale, t-shirts and even masks. So to support your bands, check out Imperial Choir Drums Facebook page. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. You
That
can
was
walk with him all day.
absolutely superb, and that's two things I can be thankful for the virtual band parades for me. One is I'm getting to see more of the Imperial Corps of Drums because they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Two, I'm actually now that was one of the tunes that I used to hear quite a lot, and I actually didn't know the name of it.
Yes, it's high.
Now I know. Yeah, as soon as you hear the first few bars of it, I know it's Aces High. But that's one of the things that this has actually done for me, and co-hosting with yourselves and mostly with Valerie, is the names of the tunes and everything else. Because I was always still am useless with the names of tunes,
So
um,
high.
but
So
that was
yes.
fantastic.
But it is. It's an education too. I mean, you get to hear not that just different genres of bands and different types of bands, but bands from around the world that you never knew existed before. And we've already had bands from England, from Scotland, from Ireland, and from Canada on, and there's more to come. So there is. Any more favorite parades?
Lots of people love walking in various places in Scotland. Great atmosphere, great crowds. Southampton, also in Liverpool. Tim Webb says that his favourite parade was in 2011 on the 13th parade in Portadown Defenders Old Boys and Portadown Defenders 40th anniversary parade, and he paraded with his dad and his brother. And my brother pushed my wheelchair whilst I was playing the cymbals, and my late uncle was a founder member of Portadown Defenders. So that's his
Yes.
favourite
That's a brilliant
parade.
memory.
Yeah, it
Brilliant
really,
memory
really
to
is.
have, and getting involved there with the band. Absolutely brilliant.
Mhm.
It's a great memory to have that there. So it is.
And the White Rock is also, people are now saying about the White Rock as well. It's always a really good Saturday afternoon,
Yeah,
crowd buzzing, and then down to Rathkill for their parade then afterwards.
yeah. We get
So,
to do 2 or 3 parades in
yeah.
one day. So that's you're traveling around, you get these opportunities to see these different things. Well, talking about Old Boys, the next band up is an Old Boys band. This band was requested, and that's why I've included them in. From Lisbon Law, it's Defenders of the Rock, Old Boys. This is just a short clip, but it's from 2018. That's the Old Boys there, and with another Old Boys coming up later on. Again, another request from last week. But it's good to see some of the band members who don't have the time to be in a band full time, but yet they still want to be part of the band scene. And some of the bands have these Old Boys bands that you can, go out 2, 3, 4 times a year and take part in local parades without having to put in the dedication of week in and week out in band practice. And quite a lot of bands nowadays practice twice a week. It takes an awful lot of commitment, but it's good to see some of these old bands. Again, keep the birthdays coming in. We have a few more to do. We'll maybe do the birthdays now.
No, not yet.
After the next one, we'll do the birthdays. So time for another accordion band. This is a band I've seen quite a few times. They do quite a bit of travelling themselves. I remember seeing them, I think, in Ballymena, probably the Mains Parade, I think it was. Also at Kilclenny. with Sam and Ross Naylor too. Down at this is Drum Accordion from County Monaghan. They were formed back in 1958 and they're still on the go. And they're looking at new recruits all the time. And I'm sure it's hard for them down in County Monaghan. They get such a small community to try and pull in new people to join the band. This is taken from Up the Gurgans Parade in 2019. That's just one of those tunes that you never know when it's going to finish. Every verse sounds the same, so it does. Okay, birthday time. Have we any?
Yeah, we have a list. Roy, do you want to do your birthday that you got from Valerie?
Okie dokie. So the first one I've got is coming in from Helen Joy. So not sure if I'm doing the right thing or not, but could I ask to include a 59th birthday shout out for Thomas Sewell from East Belfast? And again, that's from Helen Joy. The next one I have is from Faye Devaney. She's getting in nice and early, and it's for her Auntie Carol's birthday today. And she says this is towards Valerie. She's your biggest fan. Her husband doesn't have Facebook, so can't message you, so I've been asked to do it. So this is coming from Carol's husband. Wish my wife Carol Clyde in Limavady a very happy birthday today from Paul. And then Faye just wanted a wee shout out from her for mum and dad as well. So there's a wee shout out. Another one I've got then is a mention for Myrtle Henry. It's her birthday tomorrow, and that's from Robert Henry. And then I've seen this one in the messages as well tonight, but we've got it. It's for Karina.
Yeah, I've got it down too. Yeah,
I won't say what age, but to suffice, she's been in bands and lodge for years.
I actually know Karina. Karina was in Karina and her husband Ray were both in the band with my dad. So I was trying to actually work up in my mind, going by my age and what age I was when I knew Karina in the band. And I reckon she would be about the same age as me. About the same age as me.
About
Just a year older than me.
Oh, so you're about 21, so that'd be about 24, 25 then?
That's it.
Then I've also got
Happy birthday, Karina.
from Billy Gilmore is wanting to wish Margaret Gilmore her birthday today on the 20th, so that's today. And the final one I have then is, can you say happy birthday to my sister-in-law Myrtle for tomorrow from her brother-in-law Stephen Henry.
Yep, I also have Colin Johnson and he and Mark Patterson. They want to wish Colin a happy birthday. Is coming in from Colin and Digga. He walks with Lord Carson. There's also Nicola McGrath. Her birthday was on Wednesday, and it's lots of love from all of her family. Amanda Adamson wants to wish her daughter Victoria a happy 18th birthday, and she says she loves you so much. Happy wedding anniversary next Thursday to Norma and David Craig. They're out in Brashane, and that comes in from Sam Denning. We also have happy birthday to Mags in Port Glasgow. And Thomas it's his 60th birthday, and that comes a happy birthday from your wee sister, Sally Hewitt.
I have one more birthday, and that is to a very special lad in Ballymena, Adam Anderson. It's his 25th birthday today. He's actually band mad. He's proud of the main mad and Ballykeen mad as well. So big happy birthday to Adam Anderson.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Very happy birthday, Adam, and happy birthday and anniversary to everyone. Here's the Muskie Hounds.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from the forum. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everyone, and hope you all have a wonderful day. So, moving on, then, the next band up is again from County Monaghan. It's Monaghan Owl, Fife and Drum Band. This is taken at Newton Butler's Indoor, which is down in Enniskillen there in the Eunice Hall in 2019. I think I actually had this band on when I was playing the hymns playlist, but this is them again with a different tune. You can tell we're only new starts at this. We're even missing birthdays.
Yep, we missed a really important one. It's Dinger Bell's birthday. He is absolutely amazing. If you've ever seen him leading the band, for a man, he is so full of life and full of energy, unbelievable. So
For-
a massive
for a
happy birthday.
man?
Yeah,
Oh, life for a
yeah,
man.
him, a man.
For a man.
I was actually thinking I'm a man of his age. So I was, but yeah, he's absolutely fantastic and entertains the crowds and always goes down really well when he's out in front of Ballycraigie. And I'm really surprised that the Muskehounds all have their birthdays on the same day. You know, they try anything to get played.
They have been played though. We played the
I
Muskehounds.
have.
We played the Muskehounds. They've been all three of them have been on the show tonight.
They're on every week. So they are. But our apologies and a happy birthday to Dinger. Hope you're keeping well. Okay, next up is another band from across the border. This time it's Rafo Pipe Band. Rafo Pipe Band are from Littleford in County Donegal. They were formed in 1935 and they weren't that long going when they actually had a more or less stop because of the Second World War. So for 6 years they had no practice as a lot of their members actually were away to war. So after the Second World War, they reformed again and they got themselves up and running, and they were a big part of the community there in County Donegal. The band took a dip in the 1960s where they were struggling for members, and it was then voted that they would allow girls and ladies into the band. And when they allowed ladies and girls in the band, then the band took a surge in the late 60s and are still going today. So they are. This video was taken again on the last Saturday in August in 2019, and it's Rafo Pipe Band. A number of different tunes in there. I hope you all enjoyed that there. It's a band, again, I would only see maybe at Ross Naylor, that I wouldn't see them very, very often. But thanks to the likes of the brothers and that, and Loyal Star 98 that record all over County Tyrone, Fermanagh and Londonderry, that we're able to catch up with these clips and see some of these bands that we wouldn't normally see. So we are. Okay.
Apparently we've upset Ronnie Heyman because we've missed his request. Ronnie, could you send us your request again? I don't know what it was.
I will see if they'll add it in for next week.
Could have been East Belfast, Ballyhalbert, or Miller.
But don't forget, the first weekend every month is request week. So keep a wee eye out on the forum for the update. And when the request comes in, make sure you're in the top 50 to get your band played either Friday or Saturday night. Next band up again is another band that we very rarely see. In fact, I think the only time we maybe see them is when you're in Cookstown. It's Drum the Cross. Again, there was no Facebook page, so we couldn't really find out much about them. The only thing I found was a photograph from 1953, so the band has been going for quite a while. This video was taken in 2013, and it's taken at the Montober Parade. It's Drum the Cross. Again, a band that we very rarely see, but small in numbers. But again, if around that Cookstown area, there's quite a few wee bands like that there. So there is.
Okay, so one of the birthdays we missed off, and we do apologise, Ronnie, and that is to wish Ronnie grandson Alfie Hyman, who will be 11 on Monday, and that's from Granny and Grandad. So happy birthday, Alfie! Hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope your granny and granddad spoil you absolutely rotten. Loads and loads of sugar, loads and loads of sugary drinks, loads of chocolate, and all the toys that you want.
Most definitely.
At least a pair of drumsticks as well.
No, a flute. Get him a flute. Get him a flute. We need more flutters. Definitely not one of those pesky squeezy boxy things. No, don't want one of those.
I used to play one of those, you know.
I know, that's why I'm saying. Why don't you play it no more?
I wasn't really that good at it, to be honest with you.
All right, you've been doing these shows now from the start. You've only missed what, one, maybe two?
Two. One were the night off, and one because it was down in Castlederg.
That's right. Yes. So, and how do you deal with the virtual band play? What does it do for you? What do you get out of it?
It absolutely gives me something to do on a Friday and Saturday night instead of sitting in, especially during marching season. It definitely did give me that focus. But then during the winter now, it is more the ones in chat. It's the ones who join us week in, week out. I absolutely, adore everybody coming in and the conversations that go on. And it's so funny at times because you see people saying things. When I wind people up about the accordions and everything else, I like all music, but the accordion thing is really just to wind Valerie up.
Yes.
And to wind up a few of the other ones in chat. But it's fun. I really enjoying it, and it's actually broadening my horizon to bands I probably wouldn't have listened to or gone out of my way to listen to. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching them and I'm thinking, like, one of them is Imperial Corps of Drums from Liverpool. I had seen them a couple of times, but hadn't really paid much attention to it. And then it's just seeing the quality of the music when they're playing on here. It's absolutely fantastic. you know, I do love, as people know, I do love my Blood and Thunder bands, but I do like melody and I do like marching bands. And you've been, I know you haven't been on as much, Neil, but you have also been part of this right from the very, very start. Because whenever Valerie and I talked about it, it was Valerie's idea, but then we talked about it and we talking to all the videographers. Because you go out of, you know, you're one of these ones that goes out of your way every God knows how many nights a week during marching season, getting your wee picnic in the go.
Well, I had something similar in my mind right back last St. Patrick's week, whenever this was all starting to kick in and parades were starting to be cancelled. And I was thinking of doing something on Facebook or some sort of just playlist. And when Valerie went live on the Saturday morning, I had sent her a couple of messages that she was waiting on people coming in and joining her on chat. And I had tried to do that, but I was in the caravan at the time and didn't have the signal to be able to join in. But Valerie and I had chatted that morning on the Saturday before she got to talk to you, and just waiting for the first show that night, sitting in the caravan. I mean, I was excited like Christmas morning. So it was, you know, we weren't able to go and see Ulster Protestant Boys Parade in Coleraine or the St. Patrick's Parade down in Ballymena, but there's still going to be a parade of some sort. But we never thought that, you know, all these weeks later we'd be still at it. But we really enjoy it. I mean, I have never missed a show, and if I have missed a show or half a show, I watch it back the next day anyway. And I know some people don't like watching themselves, but I watch myself anyway just to see what sort of easy they made. But no, I think it's good for your health too. You know, it gives you a break away from work and family and stuff like that there, and the stresses of life, and you can break away for a couple of hours and you can think about something other than just the normal things. But we'll move on then to the next band. So the next band up's from Scotland. It's a band I seen in Larne on the 12th of July a couple of years ago. And funny, when I was on their Facebook page the day, they're actually hoping to come over this year for the 12th, even if the parade's not on. And they're walking in Temple Patrick, all being well. Formed in 1957, I enjoyed this video because of all the different photographs again. This video was set up in 2013, and it's Rangers Accordion Band. I think there was about 5 different tunes in there, including Red River Valley and Great Escape. But I hope you enjoyed that. There was a few good comments come up there on the chat. People were enjoying. And again, it's a band it's a band that a lot of people haven't seen.
I give a big shout out for Jim Werner on Thursday night at Restore UK. So if you just type that into Facebook and look up Restore UK, they're doing a live stream on Thursday night where their guests, and it's 8 o'clock on Thursday night, where their guests will be our very own Valerie and also Glenn Miller from Made to Parade. So
We put a link up there on the forum for that one.
let's see if I copy that, and I should be able to put that into there. No, it won't go in. Yeah, we'll get it put into the forum as well, but that's on Thursday night. Let's see, I'll pin it to the top for now. And that's on Thursday night where you can see Glenn and Valerie. That should be, I wonder if poor Glenn will get a word in edgeways.
Well, hopefully that'll go well for them, and we'll look forward to tuning in for that 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
There was also another birthday that we missed, and Rodney McMaster wanted to say a happy birthday to his dad. There's still birthdays coming in. It's amazing the number of birthdays. Some weeks you only get one.
Happy birthday, Billy. Hopefully.
Quite a few coming in there, and we wish you all a happy birthday. And we'll move on to the next one. The last clip was quite long. This next clip's quite short. There's an absolutely brilliant atmosphere here. This is a wee indoor taken at Blackpool in 2019, and I recognise this tune. I have White Plume in my head, but I'm not sure if that's right. But they've mixed it up and rearranged it a bit. But this is a great clip from County down in Blackpool. The atmosphere there just looks absolutely fantastic. I think I would just love that.
Are you sure?
Get a camera in there.
Are you sure that was the county? Was it not White Rock or was it not Netherton Road?
No, that one was county. It says so on the drum. So that
They just borrowed the drum.
just borrowed the drum. But they're playing very well there. And if somebody can remind me what that tune was, but I really enjoyed that there. So
Joshua Morris says there's no such thing as a long accordion clip. No.
that comes from the accordion.
There's quite a few people agree with him.
My reply was, every clip's too long.
But we've tried to mix it up tonight. Some bands that's been asked for regular, some bands that you haven't seen, some old clips and some newer ones. But hopefully you're enjoying the variety tonight. We've another Scottish band up next. But this isn't in Scotland. As Elaine said earlier, back in 2012, when we had all the anniversaries, it was the Jubilee year in 2012, and the Grand Lodge of England decided to have a parade in London. And it was an open invitation out to all the lodges throughout the home nations. And there was quite a number went over from Northern Ireland. And County Antrim decided to have Black Skull Corps of Drums to lead them around London, and I worked my way up to be like 3 people behind the band, and Elaine was let loose with the camera, and this might be actually the first time that she'd done any video. So the camera work can be blamed on Elaine.
It's not great camera work, I have to admit, and it was done before you had the pole and the gimbals to steady
So it was all in
cameras.
your hand.
So it was all in my hand. You're in London where you had to walk on the footpath round lampposts, fans, people.
Pedestrian. But this is from 2012, taken at the Jubilee Parade in London, and it's Black Skull from Glasgow. There you are. I'm just passing about now. So anyway, that was Glasgow, and absolutely fantastic clip. A wee story about that parade was it was held on the same day as the Trooping of the Colour, and Elaine and I decided to make a holiday out of it, and we went to London for 4 nights, 5 days, and we stayed not far away from the mall. And come that day, I was booted and suited with my bowler hat, my collar and everything else, and we went down to the mall for about 9 o'clock that morning so that we wouldn't miss anything, that we get to the front of the railings and we'll be able to see all the troops and the bands passing on the mall.
Did you take a picnic?
No.
no picnic that time. But I was standing there with my suit on, my hat, and I put my collarette underneath my jacket and over my shoulder, but it was hanging down so everybody could still see I had a collar on. And we were there about an hour, just watching the crowds build up, watching everybody come and go. And the next thing, a big police officer comes over and taps me on the shoulder. And I turned around and stared on him as if to say, what have I done? And he says, are you from Belfast or Northern Ireland or Scotland? And I went, well, just outside Belfast. And he spoke with a broad Ballymena accent. And he says, yeah, I'm from Ballymena. And I says, right, you're a wee bit far from home. He says, well, I moved over here a few years ago. He says, and I recognised your regalia, but you had to be either from Scotland or Northern Ireland to be standing with a collar on over here.
An Ulsterman or a Scotsman.
But it scared the life out of me anyway, but it was absolutely fantastic day, so it was.
We also had taken a walk at the end of the Trooping the Colour up to Buckingham Palace to see the flyover, and at that stage then we needed to get round to where the bands and the lodges were all congregating for the start of the parade, and we were walking past Buckingham Palace and the shop was there, so I decided I needed to have a look in the shop. And we went in, and the ladies who were working in the shop spotted Neil's collarette and was admiring his collarette and made him stand in the middle of the shop with all the Queen's china all around him, with his collarette on, his bowler hat, the white gloves, the heat, so they could take photographs of him because they'd never seen an Orange Man before.
No,
So it was definitely a parade to remember.
it was a good day, so it was. Moving on, we have another Scottish band. We're doing well with 3 Irish bands, and this is the 3rd Scottish band. This time it's Ardrey Grenadiers, and they were over in East Belfast for the East Belfast Pals and Boys Parade in 2018. This band was formed in 2005 and are going very strong and doing very well. This is Ardrey Grenadiers. Absolutely brilliant discipline there. The band sound really, really well. Looking very, very smart and lovely uniform, so it is too. There are great crowds there on the Newtonards Road to watch it. Stephen says the China's wee shops open there rubbing the prods, so it is. But I must say, Stephen and Ellie, you two are just cracking me up. Your texts are absolutely brilliant. But Stephen, a wee word of warning, Eddie's keeping you going. So yes, Eddie's keeping you going. So yes. But good crack on the chat there, and thank you for all your comments about the bands that's being played and all the different varieties that we have. And
Can I
change
just-
of variety again.
Can I
This
just say,
next
just before you get into that, Neil, can I just say, if you
Yeah.
watch in Neil's door, you can see his TV. So now you'll be able to visually see what Valerie has to go through every week between the delay on us chatting and everything else. Because when you see us talking, and they can only hear the band. What they see on the screen is different, and because you'll see us when we come back, Neil will start talking, but the band will still be playing on the TV behind him. So it shows you what struggles they've got every single week.
Yeah, we have it on. It's on our big TV. It's on my phone, so I can read the text, and it's always on. It's on the tablet as well, just for backup. So
We always don't like to miss anything, we always like to be one step ahead. But yeah, it's always good to keep an eye on what's going on. So it is. The next band up, this time they're walking in Donegal, not from Donegal. I never knew where this band was from, and I tried to find it on Google Maps, and I got 3 or 4 different places around Enniskillen. It's Churchill Silver. This is taken at Rossnailor in 2019, and maybe somebody can pinpoint exactly where Churchill is in County Fermanagh. Absolutely fantastic. I think that was Blaze Away, wasn't it? Great tune to march to, and fantastic silver band too. But Rossnailor definitely is. It's a parade of leisure and relaxing. You can just go down there, chill out, and enjoy. Hopefully, what the sun would shine and it'd be a great day. And it would be one of my favorite days to go to. A wee bit far away, you need to leave pretty early, but it's always a good day. So it is. The comments on the chat are absolutely brilliant. Good laugh, and different people spotting themselves on the crowds there in the videos and enjoying themselves. So thank you for all the kind comments. The next clip up is going back in the years again, 1996. And this is Star David Accordion Band. The only time I see Star David from Portadown is in Loyal Order parades. It's very rarely you would see them on the road at any sort of band contest or anything. So it is just Loyal Order parades. But this year's going back to 1986, and it's Star of David Accordion Band. Another cracker clip going back to 1986, and as you can see there, they all meet in the field and they were playing away. There's a few different videos of a few different bands, and one thing about those sort of parades is, as you can see, there was a marquee in the background where they might have had, you know, a stall, a cake stall, and they might have been playing games. We love every year going down to Tullyvallen.
We talked about
And,
it before.
When they have their parade, they don't have far to walk, but when they finish off, not only is there maybe a cake sale and a burger fan and all that there, but they would have in the background in the other field, you know, a shooting range, and they would have trampolines, and they would have all sorts of stuff for the kids to do. And they were more of an event rather than a parade, and that's how bands would make their money to do them the rest of the year. But an old clip there, back to 1986, but unfortunately not too many happy smiley faces, so they didn't look to be enjoying themselves just as much. Okay, moving on. Now, Valerie likes to play full clips, full tunes, and when I suggested this next clip, she wasn't really going to let me play it all because it is over 15 minutes long, but she'll allow me to play just a short part of this tune. When I'm researching for the different playlists and stuff, you get to see bands that you don't normally see. And during lockdown, and because there's been no parades, I've probably been watching a lot more videos than I would normally watch. So Ballyloam Concert Band, who was asked for last week, and I hope they're still watching tonight. They're from just outside Ballyhinch, and this year they celebrate their 113th anniversary. This is them playing at the Lisburn Own Choice concert in 2019, and this is just part of their tune that they played. It's the 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky. Hope you enjoy this one. Well, we always aim to please, and for those with sleeping difficulties, Eddie, we always try to help. So we do for those that find it hard to nod off at night. But for those who did enjoy it, and I'm one of them, you should try listening to all 15 minutes. It really is spectacular, and to hear the talent that some of our marching bands, was that band does march on the road as well. Some of the talent that our volunteers and our flutists and that have is just outstanding. But some of your comments are just brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
There's lots of people did enjoy it. Ken Stewart said that it was a brilliant choice, and Alan McNutt said that it was class. Barry Thompson, he's going to sleep, so I hope your next one is going to wake him up. And Callum, he liked it also.
Well, hopefully a wee bit of blood and thunder then, Mary, will wake you up again. This wee band was asked for a few weeks ago, and this is a video that we got last year. It was the 40th anniversary of Portavogie, and we got Portavogie Old Boys before the parade even started. And if you look at the front of the band, there's 4 young girls walking with a colour party, and all 4 of them are wearing different uniforms. And it's the uniforms that the band has had over the different years, and you can pick out ones that you remember from the years that you were in the band. So the next band up is Portavogie Old Boys, taken in Portavogie in 2019. There's a few faces I recognise from when I was in the band, and them boys were all a lot smaller at that time. Later, I remember him from years ago, so did I. And hopefully you all enjoyed that. It's approaching 10 o'clock, and we should be finishing up. I've got 4 more tunes, so hopefully you'll stick with me for 4 more. Next one up is an accordion band, our last accordion of the night. Another Scotch band, Ardrey Argyll, accordion band. I remember the Walk with Clapfern back 2015 and 16, the 12th day. Great wee band. This is them up next. They are playing at the indoors there a few years ago, but playing very, very well. 3 more tunes to go. Next up, it's a wee band from East Belfast. Wee band that normally struggles with numbers, and they have an advertisement out at the minute. They're looking new recruits, and if you're free and around the East Belfast area, Lower Woodstock Ulster Scots Band are looking you to come and help them out on parade. This is a clip taken of them walking their own parade a few years ago, and I think this tune might be Keen Billy's on the Wall. Playing really, really well. For the numbers that they have, they always sound very, very well. I had the pleasure of walking behind them at Ballinafay Mini 12th a few years ago, and so easy to listen to, so easy to walk behind too, and a great playing wee band with a great selection of tunes. So we're heading back to London 2012. This is another band that I've never seen before, never heard before, and it was only when you're flicking through even my own clips that I came across it. An outstanding uniform of white and blue. It's Winnie Hall, or Win Hall, True Blues from Scotland. And this is 2012 in London. that uniform there was striking a chord with a few people. People admiring the white and the blue. It is quite pretty and it is quite distinctive. I hope
I
you
would
all enjoyed that.
I have
And,
another wee announcement to make on behalf of Tim Webb, and I can't believe I actually forgot to do this earlier. So
Okay.
you may all know that Tim brought out a wee badge, wheelchair loyal, for the Rangers, for the Rangers fans. He's now also got one with Liverpool on it. Liverpool loyal wheelchair.
and you're Liverpool.
What?
You're promoting Liverpool.
No, I'm promoting Tim's
Tim's
charitable efforts. They are very, very limited stock. If anybody does wish to purchase one, so they look very, very similar, but just they're red and white, not red, white, and blue, to the Rangers loyal wheelchair loyal. Just contact Tim on his page. If you just search Tim Webb on Facebook, you'll find him, and just message him if you wish to purchase one of those for a great cause. Sorry, Tim, it was so late. Cause it was because it was Liverpool that I forgot about it. If it had been a Manchester United badge, I would have been mentioning it all night.
Well, Tim, keep up the good work, and hopefully you'll get those all cleared up very, very soon. We're coming to the end of our night. We have really enjoyed it.
It's been good fun, yes.
It's been good crack. And Stephen, Feely, you know that I've followed you around Straws Bridge. When everybody else was away to Market Hall and Kilclooney, I went and followed Miller. And we have plenty of clips of you. So you just check out on the March YouTube channel and you can watch Miller Memorial all night. Anyway, we'll say thank you for all your kind comments. Thank you for all your getting involved, the crack, the banter, and for answering the question that we put to you earlier about your favourite parade. Thank you to Roy at Controls. And Valerie, we hope that you're feeling better very, very soon. But we really did enjoy ourselves tonight. Nervous at the start, but we really enjoyed it.
Yes,
You
were
were
nervous.
nervous.
Your leg was going up and down, so you were.
So
I'd just like to thank Neil and Elaine for all their hard work tonight. And Neil, as always, like I know I pick lists. I pick a list, I just pick the bands and go. But the amount of work and effort you actually put into it, finding out as much as you can about the band, educating us all about it, is absolutely fantastic. As I mentioned earlier, Elaine, fantastic to see you coming out of your shell and taking active part in it. You know, it's never an easy task to you know, your clips, worrying about what's coming up next, reading the comments that's going on there, trying to remember what you want to say, trying to remember getting the comments right, trying to satisfy some of the people that make the comments in there. But without all the people that come in and the comments that they make, you know, there'll be no point of us sitting here. And a big, massive shout out to Valerie. I hope you're better soon. But if you do decide that, you know, this illness is going to last for another 3 or 4 weeks, that's fine. Only joking.
well, you know we are. And everybody, send Valerie we get mail message. Let her know that you're thinking about her, and hopefully she'll be back next week. We don't know who's making the picks next week. Roy, do you?
Pass.
No.
Hang on. No, it's not the first week. I know. I can't remember who it is Thursday and Friday or Friday and Saturday, but I know that the following Saturday night, the 6th of March, is the Lisburn Young Defenders Blood and Thunder night, with a few other band types thrown in just for a good mix. And it is because it is their special night, that, you know, it's just something different as well. And it's not me. It's not me. Before anybody says it's not me getting a Blood and Thunder night. The bands are not even going to be chosen by me. They're ones that have actually attended the their indoor night over the years, and it's one of each band I think that a certain Mr. McAllister is picking, and then say Valerie's input, and then intermincing, you know, giving us little intervals with different bands in there as well. So, and also just a quick last reminder then, on Thursday night at 8 o'clock over in Restore UK, join Jim and Valerie and Glenn, which should be a good night. I'm going to have to make sure that I set a reminder for myself to tune into that and watch it. And again,
Facebook or
it's
YouTube?
on Facebook, I've pinned a comment there, so you should be able to see it as soon as you go in. The Restore UK's in bold. If you just click on that, it will take you straight to their page. And Neil, your clips tonight absolutely fantastic as always, and the range of music was fantastic. And thank you for including 2 Ballymena-ish bands.
Trying to please everyone. We got West Australia in there, Canada, Scotland, England, Ireland, and of course a few local ones as well. Thank you all for watching. We're going to finish off with Ballymacall True Blues, a wee band that I think is going from strength to strength, and probably one of the nicest uniforms on the road, and that's just me. But Ballymacall True Blues in Dungannon. Thank you for watching.
Take care, keep safe, bye.
It was when England's glorious sun in 1688 was overcast with treason's cloud and popery stood elate, that up arose her Protestants, the peasant and the peer, and vowed the chain of perjure James that they would not dainty wear. They sought them out a prudent chief to guide their ardent zeal, to lead them on that victory might bless their flashing steel. And who so fit to guide that host in all its bright array as William, Prince of Orange, ere he landed at Torbay? Then up arose the mighty chief and left his native shore, and rode upon the stormy waves our freedom to restore. Upon his flag was blazoned forth, high fluttering o'er the main, that our religion and our laws he ever would maintain. 'Twas then in gallant style he stood upon the vessel's prow, with victory on his flashing sword and wisdom on his brow. And tens of thousands greeted him upon his natal day, when he, our glorious Orange chief, first landed at Torbay. Come, brethren of the Orange bond, a bond ne'er to be riven. Whene'er we give great William's name, a bumper must be given. For if you'd fire a feu de joie to him who victory won, come prime and load and see you get charge into your gun. The eloquence of bumpers full, there's nothing can surpass. There's not expresses kindred soul like friendship's social glass. And thus we give our song and toast with 3 times 3 huzzah, the memory of King William and his landing at Torbay. The memory of King William and his landing at Torbay.